Hey, what's going on, guys? Mark back on Mark's Aquatics. On this little episode, I got the bucket and we're on the beach. As you can see, we're down in Sully, and I'm going to pick up some green crabs for our little friend Oswald. So without further ado, I'm going to swing the camera around. There you go. And now we can go turning over some of these rocks and finding some crabs for him to eat. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably going to say it's cruel, it's this or it's that. Why don't you just feed him shrimps and different things like that you can buy, cooked shrimps? I do realise that, but at the end of the day, guys, he's going to need the internals of different things as well. And when you get a prawn or a shrimp or what have you, you can you're not going to get all the benefits of the internal parts and the organism of the different crabs and things that he's going to need to feed. Okay, so we're going to have a look around and see what we can find in these rock pools, because he's going to need a diverse load of food that he can eat, that he can pick up, so he can get all the different. Basically what I'm trying to say is he needs all the vitamins and minerals just like we do. So finger out of the way of the camera. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to find a few crab. I'm going to need both hands for this, so I'm going to get a few and then I'll put them in the bucket, get some seaweed in there, and we can take them home and make some little puzzle games for this guy to work out. Right, guys, it got really windy down the beach, so I thought I'd get the crabs, come back, and then we'll take a look at them inside this little poly box, where this is going to be crab central. This is where Oswald's food's going to be kept out. Sorry about the burbling on the beach. Like I said, it was windy, slippy, and I couldn't think of what to say, to be honest. But like I said, just a recap of what I said on the beach, when you feed, I know people are going to say it's cruel feeding them crabs and everything else, but it's what they eat in the wild, and that's where they get all their nutrition from. Okay, just feeding octopus just cooked shrimp or a bit of raw shrimp and everything else, you're not getting all the other organs that are inside, okay, and all the different fluids and things that they need to keep them really healthy. And this is where I think a lot of pet octopus dies, because they're just malnourished, and they're not going to tell you they're malnourished, but this is what happens to them. Now, I've got a lot of weed in here, because what the plan is, I'm going to keep this weed. There's a few crabs going to drop out. We're going to put all this weed up here in the corner. So, and if you look in the bucket, I'll just put these other bits in here as well. There's going to be a lot of crab in there, but you can see I've got a lot of small crab, see? I'll just take that bit of water out, dump that out. There you go. Look at all those little guys. And he's going to leap on them, but what I want to do with them first, okay, is gut load them basically. And because it's cold here in the UK at the moment, they're not eating too much like they would do if it was warmer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep them in the shed here, keep them warmer, and feed them up. They can go back up into there. Let me let these little guys go into the weed. Go on then, off you go. I want to keep you as stress-free as possible until it's time for you, sadly, to go to meet your doom. But I've got a lid for this as well, so they're not going to get out of there. But as you can see, with these little guys, absolutely beautiful. They're very cold, that's why they're not very active. This water was warmer, he'd be really having a go at me. And but as you can see, he's quite calm there. So we'll put you back up on there. Now what I want to do with this end, I'm going to get some water from my aquarium. Where I got the water from down there wasn't great, because it's an estuary and it's not very clear. So I'm going to mix up a bit of salt water, and I'm just going to put it in here like I make a fake little beach across there for these guys. Okay, I've got a jug of water which I've just made up. Well, actually not just made up, I had it from a water change I'm going to do in the coral room. So we'll put a little beach there for them. Not going to need much, just a little bit like that, where they can go in, take in some more water. Little guys are off there whizzing around already, and like I say, most of them now will be in amongst the weed. There they are, all ready to go in. Some of them are in the water having a paddle around, I've got a lid to go on here as well, which I'll put on now, keep them nice and safe so they're not going to run around in my workshop and hide everywhere, die and stink up the place. And I've got one of my, I've got my little Larry the Lobster rock, which I'll put on top of there, and that'll hold that down in case they try and lift them up, because crabs are extremely strong, you know. Right, on to phase 2. Bottle trap for Oswald. Well, a bottle puzzle. Now I put this in last night with a piece of cooked prawn in, shrimp, and he messed around for a bit, went on the top, stuck his little legs in there and pulled it out in no time at all, which is brilliant because he's starting to interact with me and what I'm doing. Now what I'm going to do now, because I want him to actually go in and actually make him a puzzle, so what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to put an acrylic tube on the end of here, make a 90-degree bend in it, maybe another 90-degree bend, so he's going to have to go all the way in, get the crab out and then come all the way out. And then what I'm going to do is do different types of things to keep his little brain nice and active, okay? So I'll get back to you when I've done that. Right, what I've done is I've got the bottle, I had it in there like that this time. Now what I've done is I've just heated up that piece of acrylic with a blow lamp and just wriggled it onto there, put some cold water on it, and it shrunk back. Now it's nice and secure on there. Now we can drop in little crabs from the top, okay? And once a crab goes in there, his little legs are going to go skidding on there, so he's not going to be able to get out. Or I might cut it off shorter and stand it up again so he has to go down that way. But we can lay things down. I can put it up that way or I can put it that way. So there's number 1 trap. And when I was going through my box of acrylics, I found a couple of things which I made a long time ago now, and I sold most of these off. I've got to get some more acrylic and make some more, but I made these little shrimp traps. They got little doors on the side, so you can open them up, put your bait in to let the shrimps out. They close up onto that little thing there, and obviously that's where the shrimp go in, and it's the bottle trap system. So as soon as they go in, they fall down there, they try and get out all around the place, but don't try and get out there. And I even lasered my little Marks Aquatics logo on there as well. So there's number 2 that we can test our little man's brains with. And I made a bigger version as well, which opens like that, same like that, that closes up, that's got 2 entrances, and we'll put a couple of crabs in there and see if he can get in and out of there. I'm sure he will, but what I'll do is I'm going to put a bigger size crab, open that up, and I'll put him in here, so he can't just put his legs in through there to get them out like he did with the prawn on the cooked prawn on the first test, which you'll see. And then I can close it up so he'll have to actually get in there to eat it, okay? And then once he's eaten it, he can come back out again, which is going to be good. So we've got 3 little testers there all ready for him. I've got other little pieces of tubing, I've got some little bits of acrylic tube. I'm not sure if he'll get through that, but it'll be interesting to see if he can. I'll make something out of it, I'm not sure what yet. Maybe another one of those, and I'll just put a smaller hole in there, or a series of smaller holes, to see if he can get out. But like I said, the wife picked up a few things on the beach, limpet shells, different things. Now I'm going to make sure I'm going to pour boiling water over them, scrub them well, make sure there's no diesel fumes and stuff like that on them, and we'll get them all nice and clean. These have been in the workshop, so I'm going to give these a good old scrub out as well. And then what I'll do is I'm going to set you up on the tank and we'll test out Oswald's brains. It's going to be good fun. Right, I'll see you when we're back to the tank, and we'll do puzzle number 1. Exciting! Right, okay guys, here is the little crab. Sorry mate. And now I'm going to put him in the tank and we'll see how Oswald takes him on. Probably going to take him a little time to get used to that new thing being in there, because it's new for him, but with the crab moving around it might prick his interests if he's hungry, and we'll see what happens. So I'm going to stick a bit of music on and we'll wait and see what happens, okay? Hey, brilliant stuff. He got him.